What's up guys, I just built this accent wall right behind me. It's made out of 3D panels. It was very simple to do. It did take some time, but I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. So let's get to it. What's up Mob fam? Special day today. We are doing a DIY project. I am in my office, and in our office we're gonna build a backdrop or an accent wall is what a lot of people like to call it. This is our office right now. This is where we're gonna be doing our podcast and a lot of filming. I also do a lot of work right there. This wall right here, I bought this black panel. It's a 3D panel. I'm gonna install this guy. Doesn't really have much to the back, which I'm a little afraid of how to stick it on. So I did get some Gorilla Glue, probably put it on the edge of the back panel here. It's gonna be a big project. Let's get started. Alright, so this wall is about 13 by 9, 117 square feet. I purchased 4 boxes of these 3D panels. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this wall and make sure that when I put the glue, it is going to stick. Now, a lot of people, I've read on the reviews, they use 3M tape, stuff like that. But because we're going to be using this to film stuff in, I don't want it to fall in the middle of a podcast. So I'm gonna use Gorilla Glue and first wipe down this wall. Alright, so this is what I'm installing today. It's a 3D panel wall. These are all the supplies and materials that I got. I have about 4 boxes of these panels. They look just like this, very nice. And then we have a caulking gun. We have Gorilla Glue to stick this to the wall. And then, because as we put each piece, there's gonna be a line in between each panel. I have black caulking, and I have a razor. And the next thing you need is a really good saw. Because they're 3D panels and they're all weirdly shaped, it's gonna be very hard to cut. So I hope we do a good job with this. Because the most important part of the wall is going to be this section right here. That's what I want to make perfect. So I think I'm going to do this part first, and then we will start cutting and adjusting to the wall, and we'll worry about the bottom later. Alright guys, I did a little bit of a boo-boo. I realized that it would look better if I was to alternate every single panel instead of making it all the same. So I removed 3 of them, and it was pretty easy to take off. So now I'm gonna flip it and make it look different, and hopefully it looks better. I think that looks way better now. The hardest part about putting this on is because I have textured walls. And so 3M tape would have been way easier. But with textured walls, it's so hard to get on because it's not flushing into the wall. Wiping off the glue when it has excess glue along the sides, that's what's taking me so long to do. It's taking me about 15-20 minutes a panel. So let's go finish this up. So now we're at the hard part. We have to try and cut this plastic so the plugs can fit. So what I did right now was I took out the face plates here, and I took out a face plate on this side too. So I put some blue tape where the top of the face plate is and where the bottom of the face plate is. And that's where I'm gonna know, at least from the distance. So let's try and cut this guy. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this, but let's try. Alright, so I finished cutting a hole for this guy right here. It looks pretty clean, not too bad. Then I did one over here as well. That one I did a little too much, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint this part black, because on the bottom here I'm gonna paint black, and then also on the top I'm gonna paint black. So this is what I use to cut everything. This is the multi-tool. I use that to cut the holes for the plugs, and I use my table saw to cut for the sides of the tiles to make it more straight. And so now we have this whole look right here. This is what we have. This is pretty much what I can do right now. I gotta leave that space open for putting in some shades on the top so I can mount it. All right, so right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some black caulking around all the gaps. And then I'm gonna go to Home Depot, buy some black paint, and paint the top and bottom. And then we'll wait for when I can find some shades and install those. A lot of trial and error went into trying to get these white lines out. As you can see, they are now nice and black. You can't tell that it's even separated. They just look like they're all symmetric in one wall. So one thing that I did was I learned, so as you can see right here, we still have some white lines. I haven't done that yet. Over here, it's all nice and black. And so what I've learned, the easiest and fastest way is to get something like this, put it right there, right before this white line, and then use your caulking gun and caulk it, and then start cleaning off all the excess. So we're almost done here. I would say this black caulking is taking longer than actually putting the panels on. So if you guys don't want to do that, I recommend painting your whole wall black first and then installing the panels, so you don't have any white lines hidden underneath. But also sometimes it could be the glue, so you might get a little bit of that too. Alright, so now I get to work on the top and fill that in, because I just met with a guy to put some roller shades in, and because it's going to be mounted inside, I'm able to work on the rest of the wall. I'm going to leave a gap at the top, and at the top I'm going to paint it with black paint. So I have a semi-gloss. Might be better if you have a gloss, but I went to Lowe's. They don't carry high gloss, so we'll see if the semi-gloss works. So before I fill in the gaps on the top there, I'm gonna paint the bottom and the top just to make it easy, so I don't have to go inside and get that paint in there and like get every crevice. I can just paint it now and not have to worry later. So let's paint the top and the bottom. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make. I love the way the accent wall turned out. It looks really good. The 3D panels has a lot of texture. I'm glad I alternated every single panel because it just makes it look that much better instead of just all the same. The black caulking was an amazing touch. And also adding that paint on the top. I'm probably gonna do the paint on the bottom too at some point. But this looks really, really good, and I'm just so happy about it. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. We do a lot of DIYs, a lot of food stuff, and family vlogging. So till next time. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Say I love you.
I love you. Oh, I want to is to be close to you, but I don't know how and what to do. I'm so shy.